I guess the real question is, you know, now that you're like familiar with American culture and, you know, you've been doing why are you so comfortable fighting at 155 when that's a victim weight? You know?
He thinks 155 people are small because he's fat.
But anything below 170 is
bro, how much you weigh?
Presence.
How much you weigh right now?
I'm like 187.
Yeah, bro, this dude's a beast, bro. He'll fuck you up.
I was that in 5th grade, though.
No, you were an obese 5th grader if you were, bro. He's a little fucking fat kid, dude. He's just like,
But in actuality, what made you choose 55? Because 55 is probably about, you're the right height for 55. Once you go to 170, they're too tall. Why did you settle on 155 and come up from 145?
When I started, I used to be at 145. And because I used to fight kickboxing, and then when I went to the biggest gym in Brazil, those fuckers, they used to cut a lot of weight. But I tried to take as a reference some of the best guys, and I look like some lightweights, they walk around 185, 190. Okay, I'm going 145.
Yeah.
But then now I'm a big 55 now.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
a big 50.
you're a
At
big
87,
55.
what do you get to before you're cut?
Before
like the week of the fight, what are you checking in at?
Before you have to do your big weight cut.
Like the water cut. Like what it's your like.
You mean
Because you're 187 right now. Let's say you get announced a fight. What are you going to get down to before fight week?
Like when when you check in at the UFC?
I think fight week, maybe I'm going to be like 178.
Whoa.
And I do.
I've done those cuts before too, though.
And
That's
like,
where I would
That's
say.
23 pounds. That's terrible.
And like in one night, I cut like 10 pounds, no problem.
Yeah.
I just put a podcast and chill at the bathtub.
You just do that? All bath?
Yeah.
Because Esteban,
You know, honestly, like as I got older, brother, bath's the best way, right?
That's weird.
what about? Because I was just here in Vegas a couple days ago with Ribovix. You know Ribovix?
Ruben?
Yeah.
He was just fighting with that Moroccan guy.
Yeah.
But he says he puts the towels and the steamer in the towels. You know where you lay
Yusuf.
down.
I do that too. Yeah.
The guy he fought was Yusuf.
Yusuf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just
Nara.
Yeah.
Not Knockout or something like that.
that,
don't know how
not gonna work here no more.
not gonna work here. Yeah, but so what's the towel thing? What is that? They're putting steam in there? Or what?
Now the UFC PIs, they have something that looks like a foil.
Yeah.
Almost like when you make baked potatoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a foil suit
Yeah.
that they put on you. But like, so when you're cutting weight, like you get out of the sauna or the hot bath, which he's saying, and then you wrap up in towels just to keep your sweat going. So
Yeah.
it's like you just stay warm. Like even at the hotel, what I would do is I would get out of the bath and just take my comforter off the bed and I just wrap in it. And so I would do like 20, 30 minutes in the bath, 20, 30 minutes wrapped up, 20, 30 minutes in the bath. Do you do similar or like how long of baths are you taking?
So I feel like doing rounds of 10 is better because I can do rounds of 10 inside and 10 in the foil with the towels for like 5 hours and have no problem. But before my last fight in Macau, Brad Riddell was cutting weight with me and he gave me this idea. He said, bro, I like to stay as long as possible in the bed. Then when you leave the bed, I put you on a sauna suit and you lay down. And I think because I stay like 30, 40 minutes straight in the bed, when I stand up, I almost pass out. And a lot of fighters, they pass out cutting weight.
I passed out and hit my head one time.
If you pass out, they don't let you fight? Isn't that the thing?
Yeah.
Nobody's
They're not
gonna
supposed
know.
to.
Bro, I mean, I've fucking been carried onto the scale like this, and the doc looks at me, yeah, he's all right. I'm like, no way I'm all right, you know, but the show's got to keep going, you know what I mean?
I was talking, and weight cutting is such an issue. I was talking with Kelvin, who has missed it a bunch of times.
The most notorious.
Yeah, but this last one that he missed, like he had to go to he said it on the podcast, he had to go to the hospital. Then they brought him back, and the doctor at the thing gave him like Gatorade and things, but because thinking as a doctor, and the UFC was like, hey, stop it. It screwed up his weight cut because he wasn't even thinking, he was so far gone, and they gave him Gatorade or something.
Yeah, I think.
I mean, I don't know. That's an excuse. I've been there. But
I always knew that what UFC hates the most is a guy missing weight.
yeah, that's a good way to lose your job, bro.
Yeah.